Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Taylor and today we are going to be prepping to start holiday making. So as I'm filming this, we are going into the last week of October. I'm so excited for Halloween. I didn't make my costume this year. I'm sure you'll see it on shorts or reels. If you want to follow me on Instagram at Tatey Creations or Tatey Creations Reads, I definitely plan on posting a little bit over there. I'm so excited about this costume. As we get into November and obviously December, we are going to be getting into the holiday season. And because I love making gifts, I need a little bit extra time. I need that extra month to make things. I've been scouring Pinterest to... Hey! There's a cat fight going on the windowsill right now. Ladies! I've been scouring Pinterest for ideas for this year. I have made a couple blankets for people. Those are done. So most of the crafts that I'm actually going to be doing are not crochet related for people's gifts. I do plan on crocheting a sweater for my boyfriend, which I'm really excited about, but I think I'm gonna have to order the yarn. It's a whole thing. I want us to have matching sweaters. Maybe we'll talk about that in a different video. But for today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over what I already have because I'm actually going to be making applique. I think long sleeve shirts is the way I'm going to go. I was thinking originally that I was going to do sweatshirts, but sweatshirts, I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. So I found these really cute prey sweaters and I'm gonna do like appliques on the long sleeve shirts. So basically what you do is you cut out the stencils in the material that you want and then I'm going to iron them on. So I'm actually picking up an iron and an ironing board today via Facebook Marketplace. Look at me go. I am a secondhand queen. So I'm actually going to be making these for my boyfriend's sisters-in-law. They are much more religious than myself and I thought that this would be like a really nice, I don't know, thing to make for them. I did already have him ask in their like family chat like what sizes I need to get. I wanted to do polymer clay earrings, but I definitely don't need to buy anything for those. And then I've been really into like the felt crafts that have been going on. I found this one, it was like a quiet games sort of thing and it was a barnyard with little finger puppets for kids. So I think I'm actually going to make two of those. One for my boyfriend's niece and then one for my nephew. And I just think that they're kind of called like little church things. They're just like quiet things that parents can bring to entertain their children. And then they don't have to bring like crayons, colored pencils, like all the kit and caboodle. They can just bring this one little bind up. So I think I'm going to make those. And I also kind of want to make a few felt bookmarks. I think that something like that would be kind of fun. Unfortunately, I'm just not quite sure who those would go to. So that's kind of what we're working with. I also think I might want to do the applique shirts for my family. We are a South Dakota State University, Go Jacks family, and I was kind of thinking maybe I could do an applique SDSU, and that might be really cute. I was also thinking about maybe making one for myself that says the mascot of the school I coach for. So I'm not quite sure. We'll see how far we get, but right now what we're going to do is we're going to take an inventory of what I already have. The last thing I want to do is end up with a ton of crafting supplies of stuff I don't need. That truly drives me crazy. I hate having too much of things that I don't need. And so we're going to take an inventory and then we're picking up the iron and the ironing board. And then I'm actually going to Michael's. We're going to go to a Michael's a little bit further away. Me and my boyfriend went to the Michael's near us last night, and they're clearly like turning everything over with, you know, the Joann's collaboration and all of that jazz going on. And they had like nothing for felt, and what kind of material I'm looking for fat squares. Like, I don't want to have to go and get it cut. Fat squares just come in, like, these, they're, like, about that big, maybe. You can get a lot with fat squares. So, that's kind of what today's video is going to look like. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel So that was so late into the video, but please subscribe and let's go. Let's get going. So here we have the closet full of crafting supplies, but I have kind of been shoving more and more stuff in here. So let's just see what we got going on. Okay, so most of this is actually jewelry making supplies. This is not what we're looking for today. And here's my foam roller, and this is actually an air mattress. So we just didn't have anywhere to put these two things. So that's what we got going on there. This is a box of yarn. Honestly, I might need to go on the other side of this closet because I've been trying to update my Shopify. I've been doing so at it. If you are interested in buying a physical crochet item, check out my website, tadycreations.shopify.com. But these are objects that people can purchase, and then this is a box of yarn. So I think I'm going to do this. I just need to go on the other side. Okay, so over here, oh my gosh, it gets a little tight around this closet area, but it's fine, I promise. So what I'm really trying to get at is this down here. What you see on top are presents for Christmas. So give me a minute, let me excavate this. Okay, so here's what we got going on. This is the bin. I'm hoping that everything is in here this time. If you watched the sewing vlog of me trying to make a book sleeve, you'll know that I grabbed the wrong bin for my storage unit. I don't have a storage unit anymore, thank God. So I'm just going to start pulling out fabric. So a lot of this stuff I've had for a long time. I really love this beautiful, I think these are either, I think they're peonies or carnations. Just that pink and blue. And then I've got a few things that I've needed to fix for many years now. Okay, yeah, I must have taken this and mashed them together. So this is great. Okay, here is this little Astro bundle. We have black. Here's the bee fabric that I used for my book sleeve. Succulents. I don't know why I was really into this, like, papaya. I want to say that's what that is. And I looked on the Michaels app, and they actually had some really cute fat squares. So I'm really hoping that the Michaels we go to today will have what I'm looking for a little bit more, because I really don't need a lot of fabric. So these are actually, like, I think half yards that I picked up many years ago when I was making masks for the panini press. So, hearts, more black. I got this. I know I've got a lot of embroidery floss too, or at least I did at one point. I wouldn't mind, I mean, it's not like those are a huge money investment, right? Then I've got this that I have no idea what I'm gonna do with. Someone just like gave this to me. 3 yards of fabric. It is really soft though. So I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with that. And I got white, fun rainbow checkerboard for Pride. This is 1 yard. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I know that I bought a lot of these sort of things for like scrunchies, and masks, but I don't know. You know, I might be able to get away with like these, like this and this for like the Prey sweatshirts, because I'm making 2 of them. So yeah, I might. Yeah, and then I also have this, like a ton of this. It's like gold. And then I've got a ton of elastic. I could actually use this to make scrunchies. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Random Joann's bag, rip. Here's my little sewing kit, or like where I keep like my pins and my stuff. It's got little tea bags on it. I love this thing so much. I think it is so cute. Then I've got this pink paisley. I didn't know, I think I forgot that I had all this. And then I've got some lemons. I knew I had some. And then I really wanted to make velvet scrunchies at one point, but this was really difficult for me to sew with, unfortunately. So silver, okay, red fabric, cream, white. Here's some maroon velvet, sunflowers. Oh, and then we got baby Grogu. Got some cats, cheetah, more cheetah. Okay, I was right. Okay, and then we have more black in this. So I had actually wanted to make some of these for myself a while ago. What size is this? Large, perfect. Okay, so I can use this and this for myself, actually. Okay, that's perfect. I don't have to buy extra large. Yeah, so this is a Fruit of the Loom. And then this is a Gildan. I probably got these at Walmart like many, many years ago. I'm saying like, I love being able to have crafting supplies on hand, but you do not need to have crafting supplies on hand. It is definitely like, it can weigh on your space and your time. Here's all the embroidery floss that I knew I had somewhere. I also brought out my sewing machine because the little thing that I was talking about, like the barnyard thing, it looks like it was definitely not hand sewn, and I do think for something that's a little bit of a bigger project like that, I will need to use a sewing machine for that. So let's take a look in here real quick. I'm trying to think what would be the best course of action. So like I said before, I think I might use some of those floral materials for the prey. And what's really going to help me here too is knowing how big I want the stencils to be. I think I might leave this out as well. This is what I have that I'm keeping out for those t-shirts. I think the next course of action is actually going to be finding stencils. So I'm actually just going to find those on the internet and print them out. So I'm gonna do that and I will be back. So this process has started to become a little convoluted with me finding stencils. So I want to show you what I'm doing. So on Pinterest, I was able to find these kind of like letters. This is not obviously the Pinterest interface, but so I found these letters, right? What I did was I took a screenshot of each of what I needed, and I'm going to put them into a Word document and then print those out. So the biggest thing right now is I need to make sure that these are in the correct measurements. Right, so when I was looking online, it gave from like 1-inch letters to like 6-inch for the downloads, but because I'm not downloading, I have to do it myself, so I have to make sure I do it right. So I think 6 inches would be a little bit too big across the chest because that's really where these are going to go. So I'm gonna aim for 5-inch letters. So what you're going to do in the Word document is go up to Insert and Photos. You're gonna want a picture from File, and then you'll be able to pull your screenshot out of your downloads. And so the first thing you're going to want to do is crop your image so that there's not as much white space around it. So you're going to right click, click crop, and get it close to the letter, but make sure it's not right on top of the lines. So, just crop your image. And then press enter, and then if you go up to the top right for height, you're going to want to put in your inches. So I was doing 5 inches, so I put that in there, and that's all you had to do. Okay, so I printed these out, but they might be too big. I might need to go to a 4-inch letter. I'm not quite sure. What I'm going to do right now to make sure is I'm going to take one of the shirts from earlier that I talked about, and I'm actually going to cut out the 4 letters of Pray and lay it on there and see kind of what I got going on. If they're too big, I can just resize and reprint. That doesn't mean that these have to go to waste per se, because who knows, maybe I'll need them in the future. My cats are so needy this morning. Oh my god, I cannot get them to stop wailing outside my door. So I'm gonna cut these out and we're just gonna kind of see what we got going on. If we have to go back to if we have to resize them, it's not a big deal. That's very easy to do. So this just shows kind of the trial and error of crafting sometimes.
Bed sheets, long nights, whispers till the morning light, daydreams, moonlight, lingers in your eyes, and I see what we could be. We're not alone. never on your own.
Okay, so things are coming back to me really fast. It's been really nice just kind of sitting and doing this with you guys. So we are about to leave. We're getting pho today. I'm so excited to get some pho in my system. I have my cardboard letters here. This is also a really great upcycling thing, so because these are with bubbly things. So really excited to kind of get started on this. And then I also have my list of things I need from Michael's. I need to get transfer paper, fat squares in the colors blue, yellow, and orange. We'll see if I find anything else that's like kind of that I need to pick up. And then I need to get felt in red, white, yellow, blue, green, pink, black, brown, and orange. So definitely gonna need quite a bit of felt on there. I need tacky glue and googly eyes for the stuff. I might also need sewing thread. And then I might need some embroidery needles. I don't know where all the ones I used to use went, and I don't know if the ones I have are long enough. So I'll take a look at what they have, and if they look like the ones that I have at home, then I'm not gonna get them. But yeah, that's what we got going on. So, what a wonderful fall day. Normally I hate the sun, but it's just coming in and I feel like I'm finally getting some of that, what is it, vitamin D from the sun. Feels really nice. So, all right, now we have to leave the house. Okay, so we're gonna do a little short craft haul. So here's the ironing board that I got off of Facebook Marketplace. It is just kind of like a tabletop one. Just a real simple little guy, easy to store. So happy about that. Here's the iron I got. Looks just fine. As long as it heats up, that's all I need it to do. You know what I mean? It is kind of cool that it does this. So those are the two things I got off of Facebook Marketplace. And then we got transfer paper. So this is to make the patches be like ironable. So got that. And then I got felt. Unfortunately, I didn't get the felt that I needed. Like I really needed like red and blue. Those were like the two main colors. But I got all these other fun colors. I think everyone's just been into the felt. Because if I'm seeing it on like in my crafty space, I know that it's not like niche anymore. I know that it's like having a moment. Does that make sense? And then I got two shirts that I am going to throw in the wash right away. I'm gonna wash and dry them, make sure that they are all good to go. Googly eyes, I got white thread. I'm really not sure how much white thread I have. It's kind of all I use with my sewing machine. So I just got more, just in case. This was the only fat square I got, but I just really loved this pattern. So did I need it? No, but it's really cute though. And then I got this set of like solitary colors for the blue and the red. So that's, or not the red, the blue and the yellow for SDSU colors. I don't know when I'm going to make the ones for my family. I really want to see how like these ones turn out for, you know, my friend and Chad's sister-in-law. And then I got this really pretty like 1 yard of this orange. So what I plan on doing is making the prey ones, and then I think I'm gonna make the tigers one since I have shirts and stuff for myself as well. So yeah, it's this like orangey red color. It really reminds me of like chili oil. And it's just got these little like kind of triangle patterns on it. So what I think I'm gonna do is do tigers all in this and then do black thread with it on a gray sweatshirt, or on like a gray. So yeah, now I'm gonna throw those in the wash and I'm gonna start making up the letters. So everything is coming back to me very slowly. I haven't done this in years. But so this is 5 yards of transfer paper. I definitely didn't need this much, but who knows, maybe I'm gonna mess something up. It's always nice to have a little bit of extra. And I mean, for 5 yards, $13, that's really not that bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a pencil, which I don't use these very often. And so this, we have like the textured side and we have the smooth side. On the smooth side, I'm going to trace the letters. So I have the first one all done here. I don't know if you can even see that. It's pretty light, but I'm actually going to do it twice just because I'm going to be making 2 shirts. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your non-material scissors and I'm going to cut with like a little bit of extra around it, and I'll show you that when it comes to it. But you don't want to cut right against your outline because you're going to cut closer to your outline like once it's all done. So you'll see what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna trace the other ones and we'll be right back. I just realized how insanely backlit I was, but so this is kind of what I'm talking about. See how I left a little bit of extra room there? That's because once I put it onto the material, I'm going to cut it right along the trace lines. So I have my 2 all traced up here. I'm just gonna cut them out. I'm watching a new Shauna video, so I'm very happy. Chill out and do this. It's so nice doing a different craft. I normally crochet, or I've been coloring. I know you can see like all my markers and stuff over here. I really have been enjoying coloring recently, but it's nice to do something different. It's nice to switch things up and, you know, come back to something that I really liked a lot in college. I'm really excited to get to like the hand sewing portion of this too. If you're watching this and you're like, oh, I'm bored with what I have, but I have like other crafts to do, just pick up one of your crafts that you might have put down a while ago. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to iron the patches onto the material. So let me pull you in real quick. So actually what I'm going to do beforehand is I'm going to iron them, because I found out last time that I do not want wrinkly stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna orient it the way I want to, and then I'm just going to iron out some of these creases. Okay. So I'm gonna let that cool a second. But so this is like the right side of the fabric, and what we're actually going to do is, when I learned this, the girl who taught me, it was one of my sorority sisters. I was brand new to the sorority, like 18 years old, and she went, "We're gonna bump uglies." So what she meant by that was you're gonna take the ugly side of your transfer paper and you're gonna put it on the ugly side of your thing, your material. Thankfully, so normally if you have like a pattern, you have to be careful of kind of what the pattern looks like, but because this is just kind of a free-for-all with whatever flowers these are, it doesn't matter too much about the orientation. I just want to make sure that they're straight. So I'm just going to lay them wherever. And I do try as much as I can to not waste material. There's always going to be a little bit of waste, unfortunately. That's just kind of how it is, but alrighty. So now we're just going to, I'm like nervous. Why am I nervous? So that's what we got going on. So now what I am going to do, just for the sake of time, I'm going to just chop off this big piece of the material. I messed up. Oh my god. So I get done with an R. Wonderful, beautiful, right? But this is the part that's going to be on there. And I know to you it looks right, but this is backwards. This is actually backwards. I know that it looks right on camera, but I need it to be backwards. So that, yeah, no, so I messed up. So I only have to do the P's and the R's, unfortunately. Well, actually, fortunately, I only have to do the P's and the R's. So I have to do them with this side up. So like the bubbly side up, so that it looks backwards. And then when I do it, it'll be frontwards. Oh, I'm so annoyed. It's okay though, it's okay. It's okay, we make mistakes and then we fix them, right? Alright, so now I have these exactly where I want them, and I'm going to iron them onto the shirt. This is like kind of the scariest part, because if I mess this up, there's really not a way I can fix it. So you have to try and make sure that it's as straight as possible. I always do like the hand test hand. So then I'm going to peel off the back of these. Once I get all the backs off, I am gonna have to like try and reposition it again as best I can. Just because, you know, sometimes things just, they move a little bit, you know. This has been like an all-day adventure that we've been going on, and I'm so glad that you're here with me. If you're still watching this video, drop a flower emoji in the comments. Any flower emoji, doesn't matter which one, but we're working with kind of florally material, so. Okay, so I'm just going to reset these a little bit. Yeah. I'm gonna call that good. I think it looks really good. Oh, here we go. I always start in the middle so that I can kind of get all of them a little bit at once. Then we start on this side. You can kind of, because the last thing you'd want to have happen is, you know, you start on one side and then it like slides all the way over. So you really want to make sure that it sticks on there. I'm going to let that cool a minute before I touch it. But so then I'm going to do the other one and I'll come back and I'll show you what they're looking like before I add more of the stitches. Okay, it's the same day. I was so hot I had to change out of that long sleeve. So now comes the part, oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, it looks so good. I'm so happy with how this is looking. So now comes honestly the longest part of this process, and that's going to be stitching the letters. Oh gosh, this lighting is actually terrible. Oh no. So I'm just going to take some embroidery floss, and then what I'm going to do at the bottom here is I'm going to tie a knot. I'm actually going to tie it to be like 2 or 3 times. You can't see that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to go in here and I'm just going to start like, how would I even explain this? Whip stitching? Okay, so we're going to get real close and personal here. So here's what it looks like close up. And so I'm going to do that around all of the letters. They are already ironed on there. They're not going anywhere. And I've had really good luck with like the iron adhesives and stuff. I know that it would be faster if I just sewed around with my sewing machine, but half the fun is like the hand sewing part to me. So this is what we're doing. Getting started, I am going to settle in here, and I'm actually going to leave you right here. This is only part 1 of making things for people's Christmas presents, so I definitely will be making more of these as the holiday season comes upon us. So don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel to come along on this journey with me. These are a lot of crafts that I either haven't done before or haven't done in many years, and I would love to take you along with me for this journey. Oh, and let me show you what the other one looks like. This is how this one turned out, and I'm going to be using a golden yellow thread with that. So I'm going to settle in, I'm going to listen to my audiobook, and we're just going to work on these until they are done. And then I think I will post them maybe on Instagram or YouTube Shorts what they look like, but you'll definitely see what they look like in part 2, because that's probably when I will do the next installment, when I can finally find enough felt, because I cannot find felt anywhere. Anyway, thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.